Hey guys, it's your favorite Unk here. Go ahead and click that subscribe button below so you don't miss a single episode of Nightcap. That button right here. Come for the sports, stay for the stories. Does KD need to win a title outside of Golden State to crack the top 10? You got him in the top 10 now?
Well, I mean, by the time he's done, I mean, is Larry Bird in the top 10?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Then he better than Larry Bird.
I mean, all I know is Larry Bird got 3 consecutive MVPs with 3 titles and 2 finals MVPs.
Yeah, I mean, you know, in the year where your team is dominant.
And hold on, he got him in the era with Magic, Kareem, and Jordan. Now, you told me Jordan ran the 80s, but I know a white guy that could not run a snail and could not jump Ash.
Yeah.
And Ash got 4 left feet.
But it's the team. The team was dominant, right? You remember he has 3.
He wasn't dominant.
He had 3 championships, 2 finals MVPs because someone got another MVP because he choked in that final, but they won.
Yes,
right? So,
yes, he scored 8 points, but people forget that. But see, they're too young to remember that he scored 8 points twice. Cornbread Maxwell in 81 won the finals MVP.
Yeah.
I'm old enough to remember because Larry Bird was my favorite player.
Yeah,
so when I talk, listen to me now. Go ahead.
You know, so Larry Bird dominated in his right, but you got to remember, let's not forget that the 80s wasn't the 80s was drugged up, right? Them players I can burn past a crackhead. Right, a crackhead was not hard to get by. Half those dudes were trying to hurry up and get to the next fix, right? So he out there having a good old time with them boys out there. So I do value his greatness. Trust me, you know, just being a white boy, being like, it reminds me of Luka. You out here doing work. You out here letting Black History Month know, hey, I got something for y'all asses too. But KD is a whole nother beast, right?
Right. So you got him in the top 10 right now.
I got him as the second best small forward ever.
I got one. I'm gonna put you to the test. How many people you think got him ranked ahead of Steph Curry at this moment as you and I sit in and have this conversation?
It depends. What are we talking? Fans?
I don't know what depends on. Depends is an adult garment. That's what depends are. So I need you to give me something more than depends.
I think the NBA players and ex-NBA players will have Kevin Durant in front of Curry. Because
when it's all said right now, because I don't think he is.
You remember Curry's first 4 or 5 years, right? His accolades ain't there. Like people don't realize that 3-point record he has. Trae Young is blowing that out at the same time. Right now, at the same time frame that they're playing out, Trae Young is surpassed because he had the ankle injury, so he don't have the stats that Kevin Durant had at that same age. So accolades, if you're going to accolade it or points it, whatever, Kevin Durant is still going to be in front. We're looking at Kevin Durant like you joined him to win, but you have to do this too. 2 of Steph Curry's championship came because of Kevin Durant too. So
and 2 of them came without him.
Yeah. So
KD don't got any without him. He got 2 without KD. And he has 2 finals, and he has 2 MVPs. One of them are unanimous. So I don't know how you put KD in front of him at this present time.
Because of the totality of it, right? I mean, that's what I'm saying. Depending on who you asking, right? You know, when we talk about Kevin Durant, we're talking with put
the poll up. Who we got?
Like,
you got KD. You got KD at top. I thought you gonna put KD and Steph.
Right. You look at you.
We gonna put K. We gonna put K. We gonna let the chat decide.
Okay. You look when you say Kevin Durant, you already snow at it. The idea because of he left OKC.
I ain't got no problem with leaving.
Right? But I'm just saying, but that's why the most part, like he was down 3-1, you went to the team, and we kind of you're frowned upon when you say his name, so he won't get the best review. Period. That's why I said if you ask hoopers and say who would you take, this is a true story through the grapevine. When Curry and Kevin Durant was up at the same time, they only had 1 max to give out. They offered it to Kevin Durant, not Curry. They offered it to Kevin Durant. We're maxing you. And he said, no, this is not my team. You give it to Curry. I'll take whatever's left over. Most likely that let them know that he was going to leave. But he turned down the max and gave it to Curry and said, this is your team. I'm just here passing through, basically.
Well, I think the thing is what hurts your and his argument is that KD was on a team that was up 3-1 and Curry came back. Curry has 4 titles and 2 of them without him, and he out MVP'd him. So I'm just trying to figure the argument. Even if you say, well, he's a better player, what's your argument? He can do things that Curry can't.
Mm-hmm. Everything
except win titles without Curry.
Yeah, but I mean, listen. I get the titles thing, but you know, when you're just talking about a player and you say, "All right, who are we going to draft?" You're drafting Kevin Durant first every single time. You're not even going to think twice about it.
Well, I mean, because here's the thing. I mean, when did we start counting titles? Man, ain't nobody was counting titles till Jordan got a bunch of them.
Yeah. I mean,
ain't nobody counting no titles. Wasn't nobody counting MVPs until Jordan got a bunch of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden they matter.
Yeah, because that was the standard of greatness. So, you know what I mean? But, you know, for the most part, we just think about like if you know, we say, all right, we're going to draft somebody, right? Even though Curry is as great as he is, you're going to go with the guy who can play multiple positions. So you're going to go with KD. What KD does can't be replaced. Right? He is a dominant force. He is that dude, right? You might not like him because he's emotional. You might not like him because he's quick to leave to go try to win. You can't knock him for that because if you're going to throw
But I thought he liked the grind. He said that he didn't want to leave Phoenix because he loved the grind.
No, when he said he loved the grind, that's him personally.
Oh, okay. Well, damn, there was a grind in OKC. There was a grind in Brooklyn. But the only grind that he didn't have was at Golden State.
But the problem is this too. You have to really think OKC, right? They go to the championship as a young team, right?
Yes.
They go to the championship.
Yeah.
What happened after that? They went.
James Harden left.
They wouldn't pay the extra $4 million, extra $4 million a year, right? They paid Ibaka. They misplaced their money in a sense, right? And then from there, your team got worse. So when you're a free agent and you're looking like, damn, yeah, we was up 3-1. Yeah, we was up 3-1. You know, but we didn't win it, right? So since we didn't win it, are we that good?
Okay.
Who we trying to get? Nobody? You're not trying to get nobody? Like all the free agents out there, you're not trying to get nobody?
But let me ask you a question. Who are you going to get? It's kind of like some of these teams. Who you going to get to go to Portland? Who you getting to go to OKC? Who you getting to go to Cleveland? LeBron James, as great as he was, couldn't attract anybody to Cleveland. So he had to go. And I got no problem. I've never had a problem. I mean, I'm looking at it like, well, damn, they were 73-9. Damn. Maybe you go to New York, go somewhere else. But okay, he left and went to Golden State. I have no problem with a guy leaving because in those towns, Cleveland, OKC, really, bro? Man, you think I want to go to OKC? I want to bring, if I got a family, bro, I ain't trying to raise my family in Oklahoma. And that ain't no knock on Oklahoma. I ain't trying to raise my family in Cleveland. That ain't it. Now, if I can get to Miami, if I can get to LA, and that's seemingly, you know, a team that I know, I'll go to Boston. Ain't my first choice, given their history and how they treat their players. Now, maybe it's a little better now, but I'm not so sure if they were to lose in the finals again. You might hear some of the things that they said to Russell and some of the things they said to some of their own Boston Red Sox players. But that's not, we'll talk about that at another date and time. But I don't have any problem with KD leaving. But my thing is like, I just don't, like I said, I just need people, like you said, the basketball players, because it seems like the criteria change if I like a player. Because if I like the player, rings don't matter. And if I don't, they matter.
But that's how it is. We're going to always look at the negative on somebody's, like, you know, we're going to look on the negative if we don't like them, right? We can say LeBron couldn't get anybody to Cleveland, but then knock him for not winning so many championships with the roster he had. Like, he couldn't get nobody to Cleveland. It's easy to get people to Chicago. It's easy to get people in LA. It's easy to get people when you are in a top 10 city. Like, and I think people need to understand this. When you look at the top 50 greatest of all time, there are 37 of 33 to 37 of those players are from big city teams. Boston, New York, LA, Philly, Chicago. It's the same group. Golden State it's going to be a top 6 city. So what ends up happening is, if I'm a free agent,
wow,
right? If I'm a free agent, and you in LA, and you say, "Hey, yo, Gil, come down. I'm getting 150 here, and y'all can offer me 120." That means 30 million. How can I make that up? My shoe contract doubles because I'm in a bigger city, right? The market goes up, you know, everything goes and heightens in certain cities. So I'm going to make the money back. So I'm going to go. If I'm going to Cleveland, ain't no goddamn doubling my Nike contract. There's nothing in those cities. So
you might need to try to get a Tim contract.
Yes. Like, even like Shea, right? I'm sorry, people. If you're an OKC fan, Shea, but for him to touch his greatness, he's going to have to leave. We don't know who he is.
Right.
As great as he is right now, no one knows him.